Hello, everybody. I wanted to do a little something different today. I've been thinking for a long time that I wanted to kind of integrate my tarot reading into my YouTube channel. Uh, I just have, it's something that I have been thinking about and wondering how I can integrate it. And so I kind of wanted to do a thing where I post. Well, I'll try to post every Tuesday. It's gonna be like a new kind of topic that I want to post every Tuesday, like a Tarot Wisdom Tuesdays kind of thing, where I talk about, or I'll either talk about tarot or I will do a tarot reading, a general reading, or collective reading, uh, of that sort. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna. I, Hopefully, I can do it every Tuesday. I can't guarantee that because of life, but I'm gonna do my very best to do tarot stuff every Tuesday. I do have one right now, uh, which is a one card pull collective reading that I've done. So I'm going to. That's what this that's what this is going to be. First of all, that's how I'm going to start out the Tuesday videos. um so yeah, I hope you guys like this. I know I like it, I know I enjoy it, so hopefully that's good enough for you. But I did want to say that when I did this reading, I initially wrote a lot of what I had to say down. So I am going to be reading off of my notes for a lot of the reading. So if you see me kind of like reading stuff, that means that I am reading my notes. Okay, I'm not just reading something else. These are my notes. These are my these are my channelings. So I hope you like what I give. Okay, here it is. Hey guys, I hope you all are doing good today. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and share a collective reading based on this one card pull. So the card that I have here is the Two of Cups, which generally represents the coming together of two things. So if I'm just going to kind of keep it on camera so you can see the card and you can kind of look at it and whatnot, as I'm describing what I'm getting from this card. So the card, it generally represents the coming together of two things. So if you are someone who feels like you've been dealing with the weight of a disagreement with somebody, or you're feeling negative repercussions from the differences of you and other people around you that you can't seem to figure out or find balance with, those weights are soon going to feel much lighter. I feel like a lot of you guys have been doing that inner work that allows you to see situations from a higher perspective, so that you are in a better place to accept things that you can't control, while also not allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. I feel like you're really starting to set up boundaries and are working to find that space in between that judgment, like judging people and being mad and angry towards people for doing things that you perceive as destructive, or for having ideals that you perceive are destructive and are a danger to society, or at least you perceive they have these ideals that will be eventually destructive to society, as opposed to the alternative, which is allowing others and others' opinions and ideas to dictate how you live your lives, whether that be from fear of condemnation, that people will condemn you for living in a way that you want and feel is right for you, but they feel that it's wrong. Or there may be certain people and idols that you look up to that are saying this is the way to live, this is the way to think, this is the way to feel, and you just kind of put your trust into these people, without really questioning and going within and asking yourself, is this really the way that I feel? Also, do I also align with these truths? And this can come from people that we've always looked up to, we've always kind of gotten our direction from. So it's kind of, it's not something you really think you need to question, because you've trusted certain people's or certain people or certain you know people you admire, and you've always taken direction from and seem to always know the answers. But now is the time to really question that stuff, just to make sure that you align with the truths that you are absorbing from other people. Because when we kind of do this, when we kind of trust people that we've always kind of trusted for direction and advice, if we don't always go within and make sure that we align also with those things, then we could end up at dead ends in our lives where we don't know how we got here. We don't know why we're at this dead end, and we have to go back. So make sure that no matter whose advice you're taking, make sure to always go within and make sure that you feel that you also agree with those sort of ideas or beliefs, so that you are not just going with somebody else's ideas. You want to make sure that those are definitely aligned with your own. Okay, so yeah, so it's okay to disagree with your idols. It's okay to disagree with someone whom you've looked up to forever, as long as you're staying true to who you are. So we're finally finding a balance within these two concepts that is allowing us to come to a compromise, or at least to an agreement to disagree, because even that's a huge step, just to agree to disagree. Yeah, so that's that's awesome. That's a very respectable step, a step towards unity, the coming together of two separate things, two separate ideas that may or may not be clashing. So expect to start seeing some of that unity integrate into your personal lives. The more that we give and receive within this middle ground of those two concepts, which creates steps into unity, the more it will cause a sort of domino effect, which will then allow the opportunity for unity all over the world, which is the ultimate goal. But it has to start here first. It has to start with me first. It has to start with you first. It has to be something that has been created in your own direct reality first, and only then will it be able to be perceived and felt on a grander scale all over the world. So good for you guys that are doing this work, this light work that is clearing the way for a smoother ride for others, for our fellow human. This is true willful service to others. It may not always feel willful, but on a much deeper level, you're doing this for the greater good, and you are killing it. So good job to you guys who are really going to start feeling this unity happen in your direct reality. Okay, so I also that was a main feeling that I was feeling with this card, is just like so much just the working out of differences and disagreements, and just finally at least coming to a agreement to disagree. And also some of you might actually feel like a complete like agreement, like you guys will start really seeing that you are agreeing on a lot of certain higher perspectives, rather than certain things that are kind of like small and clash together. So you're really feeling like a grander connection with what you believe, and you're just going to start to feel a come togetherness in those things that may have been the cause of some stress or any kind of negative feelings from that separateness. You're finally going to start to feel a come togetherness in your lives. Okay, so also there was another aspect of this card that I wanted to talk about. So I'm feeling like this card is also acting as a little bit of a push for some of you to start expressing yourself more and standing more confident in who you are and what you believe in, so that the unification process can properly begin. So the issues that I was talking about in the beginning of this video was about the weight and negative repercussions of differences and disagreements with others, whether that be with friends, family, partnerships, or even acquaintances and peers, such as coworkers, or people that we kind of have to deal with in our day-to-day lives. So in order for there to be differences and disagreements, there has to be people willing to express what they think and what their opinions are, so that so this card is telling you that it's time to start putting your 2 cents in. It's time to start bringing your ideas and opinions to the table so that it may be sorted accordingly. Your opinions and your ideas matter. Whether they are right or wrong, they matter greatly. They need to be looked at. They need to be put on the table as a willing participant to a resolution, okay? So no matter whether what you believe or what you feel is right or wrong, you just have to be open to the idea that even if whatever it is that you think or believe is wrong, just you have to be open to learning maybe a different way. You have to be open to maybe understanding that something that you believe could cause hurt to others, and you have to be open to like looking at that and being like, okay, well, how are my beliefs hurtful to others? And you have to be open to listening to, others' opinions of why they think that. And then again, use your own discernment to be like, okay, I could do this better. This group of people is right. I could do this better, but this, I think I mean well with this idea. So when we think about disagreements and differences and all the fighting and messy stuff that comes with that, it's easy to say, it's easy not to say anything and to keep yourself reserved to avoid conflict. So many of us just don't say anything or try not to get involved to avoid conflict, but sometimes that just leads to sweeping stuff under the rug that needs to get resolved. So that kind of way of thinking is allowing a control situation to take place in your life. But please only take what resonates with you, because if you're not ready to be more open about your opinions and what you think, nobody can force you to do what you don't want to do. But if you are someone who is tired of feeling like you're not free to live the way you want, or you feel restricted in any way, or if there are problems in your direct reality that you are desperate to have resolved, then this message is specifically for you, telling you that this is where you can start. Don't be afraid to get caught up in conflict if your end goal is to find a solution, because if you really if that's really your end goal, and if you keep your mind set on that goal, then you will figure it out. You will be able to figure it out. So the steps into unity that I was talking about in the beginning of this video that some people are starting to feel now began first with their freely expressing their opinions and what they think. Yes, this openness can cause clashing of ideas, but it can also cause the resolution to clashing ideas. It's kind of like that quote by the poet Aron Hansen. It goes like, what if I fall? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? And it's kind of like that. Like you can never do anything based off of fear of falling. We're speaking metaphorically here, but there are no guarantees that you won't. At least if you keep trying with the intent of flying, you'll have the opportunity for it to at least be a possibility. Fall and fall again, but as long as you stay focused on what it is you want, you will get there. Sometimes you have to fall and fall again before you can fully appreciate and understand what it means to fly. Okay, so that's all I have for this card in this reading. Like I said, please take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. All right, thank you guys so much. that is all for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.